Well, you've come to the right place. Hey guys, Deaton's here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy J5 Prime, so stay tuned. Number 1. Screen size. Interestingly, the 5-inch screen on the Samsung J5 will fit a wide variety of hands. The screen size is probably perfect, but if it is too big, you can enable the one-handed mode, which will let people with tiny hands use the phone comfortably. Number 2. Screen resolution and quality. How vivid is the display? Well, the 720p HD resolution looks much more clearer than it actually is, but you can only see the pixels when you bring the phone close to your face. Overall, the colors are vibrant and the quality is just right. Number 3. Camera. Well, the camera on the BSI on this phone is 13 megapixels with 1080p video recording. If you're like me, maybe taking only 1 or 2 photos a day, this should work out. Not to mention that the autofocus is always slow, especially when you need to take a photo of something rare. The video recording quality can go up to 1080p, but I see no difference from 720. It does offer a lot of modes like Auto, Pro, Panorama, HDR, Burst, Night, Beauty, Face, Sports, and Sound and Shot. And for the selfie camera, now most Samsung phones come with features and filters before you can take photos, which can come in handy sometimes. For example, you can increase your skin tone, zoom your face, and enlarge your eyes. And it does apply a lot of filters, which I think you can't remove. But if you do have a beautiful face, a third-party app will work just fine. And overall, for both the cameras, I would rate this 7.5 out of 10, and 10 being the Google Pixel. Number 4. Software features. How useful are they? Well, incredibly. Most Samsung phones by default have a folder named Samsung, which consists of apps like Files, which is basically like a file manager except it's not a third party app and works only with a Samsung phone. The next useful app is the voice recorder, which basically lets you record your voice. But the name describes it, so I'm not going to get into detail about it. The next app is Samsung S Health, which not only works on a Samsung device, but on any Android device. You can just download it from the Play Store. But on the J5 Prime, it can keep track of a variety of things. For example, your food, water, caffeine, weight, sleep, blood glucose, and blood pressure. Keep in mind that all of this works only by your input, and it's not going to do the stuff magically. And it also keeps track of your exercise like walking, running, cycling, and hiking, and a bunch of other random things which I'm not going to list. And the last and final app is the Galaxy apps, which is basically Samsung's version of their own app store. But it's not very popular, but it does offer a lot of helpful apps like tools and stuff, which can come in handy sometimes. Number 5. Battery life. How long can it last? Well, the 2400 mAh battery on this thing is an absolute monster. The last time I charged it was about a week ago, and it's still doing pretty well on about 50% right now. And I use it about 2 hours a day, so it's still doing pretty well. But if you're a heavy phone user, the long lasting battery life is really gonna come in handy sometimes, especially when you're in a difficult situation. This absolutely will come in handy. Number 6. RAM and processing power. Well, for a phone to come with 2 gigs of RAM, it is pretty amazing. I can remember back in the day when computers were run on only 512 MB. It can handle a load of apps and nothing's really crashed so far. And for the processing power at 1.4 GHz, which is pretty standard. But it handles most apps pretty well, and again, nothing's really crashed so far. Number 7. Storage. Just get the J5 Prime with 32 gigs and you're not gonna need more. And if you do need more, it's always expandable up to 256 gigs, which you're probably not gonna need unless you like to try out new apps or record a lot of videos in 1080p or HD. Number 8. Design and build quality. Okay, so the phone is made out of metal for a change instead of Gorilla Glass, which I prefer. But this phone is so sleek and slippery that you're probably gonna drop it within 15 days of purchase. I heavily recommend installing a cover or skin, and not only to protect the phone from dropping but also for better grip. And unlike most phones, there is no camera bulge which feels so much more better. The quality is satisfying, and when you first look at the phone, you're gonna get the quality of what you've paid for. I'm trying my best not to roast Apple again, but we're talking about Samsung here, people. And for a dual SIM 16GB phone, paying about $205 is worth it. On a scale of 1 to 10, considering 10 is the Google Pixel, I would place this Samsung J5 Prime at 8, which isn't very far away. But with a few improvements, this thing can be as good as the iPhone 7. And that should conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, or dislike if you disagree with what I've just said. Your suggestions are always welcome. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to leave a comment and tell me how to improve my videos, because I surely will reply. And I do read almost all my comments because of the notifications. And peace out, guys.